Hey, good evening to you all. If you're just joining us, this is the beautiful city of Hamburg that's been the host to a two-day 3x3 2 days of 3x3 festivities here as we host the fourth ever Challenger here in Hamburg. Last edition in 2024. Paris were the winners. The Toulouse squad from France, formerly Paris, are still in the tournament here. Into the top four they go. Today's action got started with the quarterfinals that saw Amsterdam and Fuengirola punch through, as well as previously mentioned Toulouse and Aachen. Out of nowhere, the Germans coming out of the qualifying draw into the top four and a chance at one of those 3 tickets to the World Tour in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And of course, their eyes on that $20,000 bag that comes with a win here. We got 2 semifinals coming up. It'll be a good one. A interesting mix of international teams. But we'll go Dutch versus Spain first. Amsterdam and Fuengirola both unbeaten. They go into this one with a 3-0 record each. And have looked good so far. A couple of the top scorers in the tournament will feature in this one. Namely Jose Blasquez, who leads everyone with 25 points. And of course, Worthy de Jong, who is tied this time around with Brian Elvers, who's had a really, really big impact on this Amsterdam team in his second tournament, I'd rather say, back from injury. He's averaging 6.7 to match Worthy. And he's doing so pretty efficiently at a 47% clip from range. Now, you've heard me all day, but if you're just tuning in, my name is Bas Rosendahl. I also go by 3x3 The Mountain. I would love for you to join in on the 3x3 conversation. Hit me up on the gram at 3x3 The Mountain. Of course, hit us up at FIBA 3x3 and at FIBA 3x3W. Now again, for the people that haven't tuned in yet, I've not been by my lonesome here. I've had a guest, and he's been very, very good in his first ever appearance on the microphone. It's Skyliner star Leon Verteeg, who is shaking off a leg injury to be here with me.
I appreciate it.
He's been good. He called some of his first ever action on a dunk today. Instead of responding to my questions, he started screaming and yelling. He said something. That was I noticed that. Don't come for my job, Leon. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. He's been really good. I've been very happy to have him on here. And look, it's good to hear about his injury recovery and how well he's doing, but it's mainly been good to hear his insights on these teams as we get you reintroduced to the Dam and the guys from the south of Spain who meet up with these team names, I'd say, I believe for the first time. Let me check that stat real quick. Yes, Amsterdam and Fuengirola have never met up with the current team names. Now, an added note to that, Fuengirola changed their name in the offseason, so there might have been some previous matchups, but not between these two. So a first ever here in Hamburg. Damn ready to go. They've been the most prolific offensive unit outside of Toulouse. 20.3 points per game for the Dutch. They took care of Toronto in the quarterfinals. And I want to say the best offensive game of the tournament, that one, between both teams actually, because I thought Toronto was really good in that. Worthy led the way with 7. He was matched by BA. I think Adriaan van Tilburg might have had the biggest game of them all. 3 offensive rebounds for AVT, especially a crucial one late that led to a 2-piece by him. There's the defensive menace, Jan Driessen. I've been saying he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the game, but Leon, I don't know if you agree.
I totally agree. And I played against him quite a lot, and he's making every shot difficult on the court.
A lot of length on this Dutch team, with BA coming out last again, joining Worthy in the scoring column, 6.7 per. A filled out venue here looking in on this game. Fuengirola in the black threads. It took him almost the entirety of the game in the quarterfinals to shake off Bochum Sparkasse. A 10-piece by Isaac Mayo got the job done. The knife out first. He had 9. He's the tournament's leading scorer, is Jose Blázquez. He's joined by Godwin, Mayo, who had that tenor. And, of course, DDB, Diego de Blas, the world champion. Outlast, second place silver medal winner at the Champions Cup this year as well. A prominent member of the Spanish national team. He features here for Fuengirola, a part of the embassy project from the south of Spain. Led by the way, did you know this? That project is headlined or led by Vega Jimeno, Spanish legend on the women's side. There we go.
That's
See?
nice.
Dropping some knowledge on you here. Referees in this one: Brigitte Chabay Koch-Kotul from Hungary and Henning Fröhlich from Germany. They call it a clean game. And the matchup between these two teams should be a good one. If a knock on Amsterdam is the fact that they have not rebounded the ball well. 10 a game so far. Fuengirola have done a lot better. Almost 17 rebounds per. They've also given up more points than the Dam. What are your thoughts on this game, Leon?
I think Amsterdam was a little bit better, or let's say more solid in this tournament so far. But with that punch from Fuengirola against Bochum, I think they are just catch up a very good energy. And let's see if they can put it in this game, if they can bring it in this game as well.
It'll be an interesting one. It's your number 1 and number 4 seed meeting up. And both teams have looked good. Amsterdam might be the more prolific team on offense, but they'll start on defense here. Godwin. They try to get it to DDB. De Blas hounded by 2 people. He'll still put up a 2-piece. It is off the mark. He get his own rebound. Godwin is open. Out to Blázquez. High arcing 2. That one also not on the mark. Couple of misses to start the game. Leon, I got a lot of people texting me, wishing you well on your recovery. I'll name one. Karim Sochou is watching it. French national team coach. Worthy. No. It is red ball.
I actually got so many messages after I got injured. That was super overwhelming, and it took me so long to text back on everybody. There might be some answers standing out left.
You might have forgotten some, huh? It was good to see the outpouring from the community, though, on all these Instagram posts and everything that FIBA did. I even made a video where I looked very sad, but I gave a little tribute. That got a lot of response as well. So the entire community coming together to wish you well. And again, I think everybody, without exception, is happy to hear your recovery is going smoothly. A couple of turnovers on both teams here to start things off. It is tough conditions to play in. It is extremely hot. Leon's been smart. He brought a towel. I did not. But
that's experience.
There you go. There you go. You're more versed in the north of Germany than I am. That's for sure. So he's the smart one. I'm not. The players, they don't have a towel on the court. They just have their jersey. The beautifully designed FIBA jerseys for the Dam and the black and orange ones for Fuengirola. Will get it here. De Blas doesn't have a shot. Godwin now on the move to the rack. And a traveling violation. Shuffled his feet. A lot of sharpness to start the game here, Leon. Couple of misses, couple of turnovers on either team. Who can get the focus first? BA's been so good today, making it rain. Alberts' jump shot is just feathery soft. Beautiful pass from Godwin. DDB with the answer. BA turns around into a VT, holding off the defender. And a 3-1 Amsterdam lead. Mayo looking at Worthy. Now he's got Jan switched onto him. Blázquez with the patience. Smart play by the knife. Avoids Worthy's long arms.
I think I think Mayo is probably the most efficient. Oh my God.
What did Worthy just pull out? How?
That is so filet.
Man, Worthy with the jelly and the peanut butter on this one. That is wild. And think of the fact, and I don't want to throw age in here, but the man is 38, and he's moving like he's about 24.
I mean, he's a true baller.
He is a true hooper. I agree with you. Even the fact that he still chews gum during games, that I could never do that.
Me neither. At least not that intense.
Teresa putting his head down, getting to the crib. Strong take. Big Curly with a big bucket. Uh-oh. Blázquez sees it go out of bounds. Jose Blázquez playing with a bit of a busted up eye. He said he caught an elbow in practice from his teammate. He needed 8 stitches, but he's ready to go here. Leading the tournament in scoring at 8.3 points per hour. He'll take a seat. And so will Jan Driessen. Deflection here. Spanish possession with a fresh 12. Godwin, backdoor cut from Mayo, and he cannot be reached. Fuengirola are doing a lot of things on offense in what I can see, right? They never do the same thing. They switch up the looks a lot. Is that something you're seeing as well, or am I mistaken?
No, I agree. They're super versatile in the way they're trying to score.
A multifaceted approach from Worthy as well. Another crafty take. This time, it'll take him to the charity stripe. Worthy hitting the nostril. Very difficult to stay in front of that man. I'm sure you've had your share of tries, Leon. I won't ask you how that went. We'll keep it clean here. I don't want to put you on the spot like that. Worthy will get a free throw down, and the Dutch are up by 3 again. Worthy, the leading scorer in last week's Zadar Masters, where Amsterdam ran up to 2nd place. Looked like they had it in the finals, but Miami came all the way back. 2nd week in a row that Amsterdam's competing for the top spot in the tournament. Into the final 4 here, trying to make it into the final game. Mayo Euros flotation.
That's a tough one right there.
Mayo's so herky-jerky.
He is.
Jan Driessen left alone. And an offensive, well, a rebounding call here. Blázquez with the push-off. You can see the disbelief in his eyes. Me? Yes, you. At least that's what the referees are saying. 6-4 game. Not the most explosive one just yet. We've seen some individual creation leading to some buckets. And the guys to do it, Worthy with 2. BA's got 2, and Isaac Mayo has 2 as well. Mayo, again, I know me and you know Mayo from way back when, right? He played in the Nations League team again against you and my team back then, the Netherlands. Back in Voiron. Good memories outside of the food.
Yes, and he was always a good player, especially when he's trying to drive. And I think he developed his shot.
He did develop a shot. Back then, you'd leave him open. Now you have to respect him. He's got that herky-jerky movement. He was on that squad with Diego de Blas, by the way, who still had a man bun back then. Now, we'll stop with the history lane here. We'll go back to the game at hand. 7-4 Amsterdam. BA on the move. He's stripped. Good hands by Godwin. But he's out of bounds, however. Godwin, a useful player in a myriad of facets. Decent defender. A big body that can box out. He'll get some offense going off the screen as well.
And I think he's decent from pick and pop shots.
Well, that's a good take. I like that one. You think he's a good shooter, huh?
Out of pick and pop situations, especially from top of the key, I think he can knock down a couple of shots.
See, I'm learning stuff here. I had not looked at his 2-point percentage. I figured he was mainly a 1-point threat, but this is why we got Leon Fatigue on, ladies and gentlemen. Inside knowledge on the game from a guy who's played and still plays, and he'll play again after his injury. That shot from BA ends up on the rim. Neither team has found their stroke just yet. Semifinals action from Hamburg continues. And DDB, high arcing two. He has been off the mark in this tournament. He'll get another look, this time with the sun in his face, and he'll get that one to go. That is what you need from DDB, consistent shooting. The shooting part worked. The consistency will work on that. An answer for the Dutch. Handoff action for Blázquez. Him and Godwin. They don't link up well. Blázquez with another wild attempt. This time he hits it off the glass.
Why he's hitting every crazy shot this tournament so far.
It is that type of tournament. Jose Blázquez with another trick out of his magic bag. If I'm ever playing a game of horse, I need him on my squad. He is hitting every crazy thing. 8-8. That might be a momentum winner there, a momentum gainer for Fuengirola. Mayo, hounded by Worthy. Bit too physical there. The sun is starting to go down a bit. Beams are no longer all the way on the court. It might help these players because it was hot. It is still hot, but it was blazing earlier. And you know how that court gets if you get the sun on the court with these temperatures. It is not fun.
Of course not.
Blázquez, quick layup. It'll be a defensive goaltending. So a point down for Fuengirola. Blázquez there. Very quick hands to get it up off the glass. Drisa smacks the ball out. But once it hits the glass, you can't touch it anymore. Worthy on the move. Between the legs, big steps down to AVT with an and one. Van Tilburg is having himself quite the tournament. And he continues this offensive trend he's been setting. He gets position here. A dump down pass from Worthy through the extended arms of Godwin. He'll put Amsterdam at a 9-9 tie. And a chance from the free throw line to get ahead. Van Tilburg, who will play in his first ever World Cup next week. Selected for the Dutch national team for that one. Misses the free throw. Tight contest here so far. De Blas separates. Godwin with the offensive board. He'll trickle it in. And then a quick foul by Godwin. So for the people at home, this is a technical question. Why would you foul there, Leon?
For me, there's no chance. Why would I foul there? Because now they're in penalty, and I think you don't want to be in penalty in general.
All right, so rather not be in the penalty over stopping the clock, and it doesn't matter much as the Dutch score anyway. Past the halfway mark in this one. A 10-10 tie between a unbeaten squad in Amsterdam and an unbeaten squad in Fuengirola who've gotten the most out of Mayo in this tournament. He's been very good. BA to the rack, hangs and hits. I can keep raving about all these players actually, because all the players on these teams have played well. BA, another good performance. Two-piece, no good. BA has it again. Behind the screen. Worthy will save it. And never mind. Big toe on the line. Are those Proto Kobe's teal ones? I don't mind those. Worthy shoe game always on point. De Blas to Blazquez. Blazquez streaks to the rack, is stifled. Good defense by the Dam. Then Worthy from the corner. He'll get his stuff blocked. DDB is open. Hit one from that spot before. Can't do it again. Worthy setting up shop in the paint. Pass over shot. Height. 4 in the shot clock. Hype Worthy steps back. You knew that was coming, and you also knew that was coming. The Hype from the corner splashing like Magikarp.
There's no way to defend these kind of shots.
I still don't get a laugh out of you, huh? I get a Pokemon reference in, and I don't get a laugh. We're trying. B.A. Alberts matches Worthy yet again, this time with a mate two-piece. Both of them got 5, and the Dutch separate here in the later stretch of the game. First, it was the step back. All threads for Worthy. And B.A. avoids the long arm of the law and get a two-piece sound of his own. I got to find what humor works here, though. My mission today is to crack Leon Fertigue. It happened once, but the man is all business. I can't make him laugh. I don't know. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. If anybody has a joke that you think works, let me know. At 3x3 The Mountain, please. Fuengirola in possession here. They're looking at a 4-point deficit. They could see their run end here if they don't find some offense. How do you get the momentum back is now the question. Mayo has answered every single question I've put towards Fertigue.
Yeah. And he's having a great tournament.
Missed shot by B.A. You see Amsterdam do that a lot. Jump on the lob pass to get it out. That is what Fuengirola ends up with. And then a foul and a rebound. That is the 7th on the Spaniards. That is not a smart foul. This is where that stopping the clock earlier comes back and bites you in the behind. Godwin here, not tall enough to get that ball out of Van Tilburg's hand, so he'll pull the arm. I guess you were right, Leon. I guess you were right. You'd rather not be in the bonus, especially with Van Tilburg knocking his free throws down like that. A 6th free throw down for the tall Dutchman.
And momentum is completely on their side.
And that's when this type of stuff starts happening, right?
Yep.
Somehow the basketball gods always know when you lose momentum and then you miss a layup. Worthy could add to it. And a turnover on Fuengirola, who have not been able to stop the bleeding over the last minute. Inverse pick and roll. Driessen left alone. He'll attempt a 2. Lasers it on the back of the rim. Mayo stuck in a corner. Gives it up. Godwin back to Mayo. Mayo with a little bit of daylight off the side of the rim, but an offensive rebound. That is at least something. The one to get it done here at the end of games has been Isaac Mayo. Got to give him credit. He's got 5 in the game. Trying to keep his team in pace with the Dutch. Worthy, I don't know how he lost everybody. How did he do it?
I have no clue.
The trickery from Worthy again here. Another turnover. Van Tilburg streaks in. Amsterdam's unleashed. Godwin will attempt a 2-piece to bring his team back. No. Worthy could end it here. The Dutch are 2 away. AVT under the basket. Another one for Adriaan Van Tilburg, who's got 7 in the game. His best game of the tournament comes at the biggest moment for Amsterdam. Godwin pick and pop. And the knife finishes things up, but the Dutch have blown the doors off of this one. They are 1 away. They go right back down to AVT. And with a point to the camera, Van Tilburg sends Amsterdam into their 2nd finals in a week.
And that came so quick.
It was 13-13. They end the game on an 8-1 run. They grabbed the momentum, never let go. They waited and waited. And then once the moment was there, they struck, and they struck hard. AVT ends with 8. Worthy had 6. And BA 1 point behind with 5. Amsterdam got the job done. They qualified to Ulaanbaatar already. If you get to the finals, you have that ticket. But they have to battle it out for that $20,000 bag now. Fuengirola will have to wait it out to see if they qualify or not. They could still be third and fourth. We'll get you updated on all of that later. Watch the highlights first. You'll see the Spaniards one last time. We got one more quarter or semifinals, I apologize, to go. It is upstart Aachen against Toulouse. That game coming up in 10 minutes. Stick and stay right here, or Leon Fatigue is going to come and find you.
Das zweite Halbfinale, und zwar mit deutscher Beteiligung. Toulouse, Frankreich gegen Aachen, Deutschland. Das gleich in wenigen Momenten. Ich bekomme gerade eine Information hier. Ihr seht auch gerade hier, die Ansatzleitung ist hier vorbeigekommen, die offiziellen quasi sozusagen. Und es ist da, glaube ich, ganz, ganz wichtig. Es gibt ein Fahrzeug, ein Bus wohl mit dem Kennzeichen Hamburg, also HH, dann MB, wie Mercedes-Benz, aber jetzt glaube ich bei Mercedes-Benz 611, also Marta Bertha. Hamburg, Marta Bertha 611. Da ist ein Hund noch im Auto. Und es ist, glaube ich, kein Fenster offen oder so. Deswegen die Info von der Polizei, wenn nicht innerhalb von 2 Minuten jemand bei diesem Auto auftaucht, müssen sie leider die Scheibe einschlagen. Ja, also das war die Info, die ich gerade erhalten habe. Bitte ganz, ganz schnell zum Auto. Hamburg, Marta Bertha 611. Bitte ganz, ganz schnell zum Fahrzeug kommen. Die Polizei, die Einsatzleitung war mit am Fahrzeug. Ich wiederhole es gerne nochmal. Sehr wichtig an dieser Stelle, gar keine Frage. In dem Fahrzeug mit dem Kennzeichen Hamburg, Marta Bertha 611, wohl ein grauer Bus, ist ein Hund in diesem Fahrzeug und bitte ganz schnell zum Fahrzeug kommen, um es zu öffnen, sonst würde die Einsatzleitung der Polizei wohl eine Scheibe einschlagen. Und das wollen Sie vermeiden und wahrscheinlich der Halter des Fahrzeugs ebenso. So, wir sehen wieder hier unser Board. Hier in der Mitte, wie die einzelnen Mannschaften hier so den Weg gefunden haben. Amsterdam da schon im Finale. Und dann sehen wir im Halbfinale das Team Toulouse hier schon auf dem Platz. Und wir sehen aber auch das Team Aachen schon auf dem Platz. Hamburg! Sie haben in diesem
As you can see, the weather is toasty out here in Hamburg. It is quite a hot day, and the action on the court has been hotter. We got two more unbeaten teams ready to face off in the second semifinal. A date with Amsterdam in the finals on the line, and of course a ticket to the World Tour in Ulaanbaatar. It is a team we know well versus an upstart team we don't know much about. I'll get you introduced to the players, but it's been fun watching these two squads go at it throughout the last 2 days of action. It's Jules Rambeau with a lot of smoke and some posing. The big French guy onto the court first. Toulouse beat Barcelona in the quarterfinals, 21-13. Jules didn't have the biggest of roles. Most of the stuff went to Suhard, who had an 8-piece. The boss with a great game. He's joined by Segela and Joko. And Toulouse have looked a lot better in this tournament than they have in previous ones. Body language has been good. They have been smiling. They have not complained much. And they've been really good offensively. Suhard with a masterful 8 points and 3 key assists. I felt like it might have been 6.
Yeah.
But he was surgical in that pick and roll, and a defeat of Barcelona. Now they go against I'd say a different caliber team. Barcelona's a little bit slower, and they want to screen you. This team is all athletes. 28 rebounds is what Aachen grabbed in a win over Los Angeles, a foul-ridden game. But it was a explosive performance. They had 2 blocks, 28 rebounds, 4 dunks, and just enough offense to get to 20 points and keep Los Angeles at 14. Yebo led the way with 7. He also ended up with 6 turnovers, however. But I think the most important player on the floor was this guy right here, Jordan Minchev, with 6 points, 11 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. Have you seen those stats before outside of Cameron Forte?
Probably not.
Man. The other voice you're hearing, by the way, I'm 3 Street Mountain if you're just tuning in. The other voice you're hearing is Skyliner star Leon Fatigue. He's been gracing us with his presence here on the stream all day long. He doesn't want to leave. I've asked him, actually, never mind. I didn't ask him to leave. I asked him to stay. It's been fun. And we've been checking out all of the action together. We've been talking about local food as well. What's your favorite food out here in Hamburg, Leon?
I would say I would go with pasta. Basically, I could eat pasta every day.
You're a picky eater. We know that.
Yep.
Anyway, enough about food. Back to the game. Aachen and Toulouse meet up, of course, for the first time ever. As Aachen is a new squad. We haven't seen much of them in recent years. Of course, Yebo and Mushidi on the pro circuit back in 2021 and 22. They bring a different caliber of play this time around. A deep run all the way from the qualifying draw. This is their 6th game. Can they do it again? They go up against a surgical French team, but they get the surgicalness going. If you were wondering if they had tired legs, Minchev just shut all of us up.
And they just started in the game how they ended the last game.
Pure athletes. They dominate space and the rebound. They grabbed a ton of offensive boards in that last game. This time they get the backdoor cut for Minchev with the 2-hand yam. 15 offensive rebounds. Most teams don't even get 15 rebounds in a game, but 15 offensive rebounds is what Aachen got against Los Angeles. How will Toulouse attack this team? Leon, any insights?
I think if they made their homework well, they saw that the previous teams that they played, they could take a lot of profit out of like slip from the pick and roll.
Okay. So pick and roll slips may be the recipe here for Toulouse. They'll get the rock here. We'll see what they do. Suhard and Rambeau screen it out. Rambeau streaks to the rack. Suhard can't find him. He'll take it himself over the outstretch. Never mind. Never mind. A whistle on the plate. And a foul on Aachen, who have 2 early fouls here. Suhard can't beat Bedima on the drive, but he'll get a chance at the free throw stripe to tie things up. If you can knock Aachen for one thing, it's the fact that they racked up 10 fouls in that quarterfinal game. Yebo from the corner has been their leading scorer, not that time. Minchev with another possession, saved and another big boom. Man, that guy is good. Man, I gotta stand up for this one. Jordan Minchev with a steal and a smash. Segala denies the pick and roll. He'll go to the rack. Look at that contest by Kostya. Ends up a foul, but I'm raving over here about the athleticism of these guys because Mushidi just almost landed on Segala's shoulder. Look at that.
But tell me, what do you think about? They just picked up their 4th foul after not even 2 minutes played.
Look, we both know that is all down to the fact that this is their 6th game, and in a 5-on-5 game where they're used to, you need to keep your focus for 2 hours. They've needed to keep their focus for a way longer stretch today. They've come out of a war with Los Angeles. That was a battle of attrition. So it might be mental fortitude. These guys jump on everything now. They wanted to use that physicality and that athleticism. It's worked. I think it's down to just that. And I think the French have played it smart. They've used a slow step going into a lot of these layups. They last kind of like a break before you try to go up. And it's led to ill-timed contests and a lot of fouling. Toulouse also foul and put Mushidi on the line. Rambo loses the rock. Bedime has it cleared. He flips it. Mushidi from the corner. We haven't seen him get real loose on offense just yet. Kostya. The former Big 3 player down to Bedime.
Filet.
Man. And a kick down to Rambo, sails out of bounds. An errant pass here by Frank. Rambo looked like he was open, couldn't get to it. This is the tallest lineup Aachen has. Yebo, Minchev, and Bedime. Minchev to the rack. He'll get past everyone, but forgets the layup to get the layup to go. Back to the French screening game. Suhard shakes Yebo with a series of moves. The trickery from Hugo Suhard. All the way in his bag. Joko comes in off the weak side and pokes it away. Five seconds on the shot clock. Mushidi, pass Segala, streaks to the cup.
And
Segala and Mushidi. Oh my goodness, now he gets a technical called on him. Mushidi says, I was talking to Frank. He still gets a technical called on him. He is barking at him too. Ooh, I like this. Right past Segala to the rack, and then he starts barking at him. This is getting chippy like a bag of Doritos. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think a guy like Mushidi, and maybe you have some thoughts on this, but a guy like Mushidi, he needs to do that type of stuff to get himself hyped up for a game like this, especially with the amount of action that he's seen over the last 2 days.
Yep.
All right. We're back to being called. Frank knocked down his free throw. 5-3 it stands. Oh, Joko with the back scratcher. He almost touched his own behind with that.
And then it was personal.
Yebo, bad miss. Joko takes over. This game is getting off the rails already. Rambo with a beautiful fake. Gets Bedime in the air, gets the score. Mushidi, you know he's making this personal. He's going straight at Segala's chest. Okay. So it's going to be this type of game. Big boom from Joko. Just filthy. Yuck. A miss from the stripe gives us a 5-5 tie. Frank, no, doesn't want to take it. Double screen for Suhard. And another foul on Aachen, who are now at the bonus. It's another hack fest. 6 fouls on the Germans. That has been the one knock on their game. They have fouled a ton. And they have 7 minutes to go while being in foul trouble.
And that's maybe just a lack of 3x3 appearance right there.
Yeah, and I think Toulouse is the team that might be able to take advantage. Joko here tangled up. One of the foul didn't get it. You can see Toulouse is trying everything to get these guys into foul trouble. Joko here, as soon as he feels contact, he goes to the ground. It is not called, however. First TV timeout. We are tied at 5. Both teams talk things over. Who have you liked the best so far in this game?
Player-wise?
No, team-wise.
Team-wise, I think Toulouse is playing way smoother, and you can clearly see like a game plan behind their actions. But Aachen might be a little bit more spectacular so far.
Right, might be. Although, don't discount Joko now. That dunk was serious. Yebo to Minchev. Minchev separates, releases. An offensive rebound for him again. He'll create some space, blocked by Joko. Joko, I think, is the one guy that can hold up athletically against these guys. Frank Say. Toulouse with a board. They get it to Rambo. Flotation no good. Another offensive board for Toulouse. Segela spins into that two-piece. Aachen secure it. And a foul on Segela. This is the third on Toulouse. You can see here, Yebo with position. Frank didn't want it. Serves up a facial.
And one.
This is crazier than Kanye West. Right on his dome piece. My goodness. All right. They fouled the boot. We'll put Roman Bedima on the line. It is one of those games, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're tuned into this. 7-5 Aachen. Joko. No. Too much on that layup attempt. Bedime going at Joko. Turns, fires, and misfires. Good catch by Rambo. He can't finish up the play. Yebo finally some daylight. He unleashes. But no good on the two-piece. Aachen hasn't hit a two yet. Suhard working behind that screen. He'll try a two-piece. He won't hit. So neither team able to unlock the scope just yet. What a pass by Mushidi. That is ridiculous.
And I don't know how you see it, but for me it feels like everything they're doing on the court feels like personal.
It is very personal, and to add to that, I know Aachen is taking this personal. I think Toulouse is the type of team that goes right up against that. But Aachen's gotten better every single game we've seen him in this tournament. Now they're doing pick and roll stuff with passes like that. They were playing one-on-one 2 games ago. This is getting interesting.
But again, Aachen needs to be careful with their fouls.
Yeah, this has been the story today for them. Hacky Chan all day for Aachen.
And even Suhard can convert the first one. They really need to take care of this.
Toulouse with all their experience. The double miss, a rare double miss from Suhard, a putback from Rambo. Toulouse, of course, with a couple of Olympic silver medal winners on the squad. Mushidi doesn't care about that. He'll miss though. Now Frank's on the floor. And again, you'll see the French guys probably go down a bunch here as they want to get more fouls on the board. A foul here, Frank. Yeah, not much going on there. Try to sell it. Couldn't get it. Aachen with possession. They got a 2-point lead. And this has been the way the games for them have developed, right? Low scoring affairs. A lot of fouls on the board. In this case, it's only them with a lot of fouls, but they've kept Toulouse to 6 points, and Toulouse has been the best offensive squad in the tournament. They've kept them to 6 throughout 5 minutes. And there goes another foul. Frustration foul on Mushidi, too. And this is where Aachen have to be careful. They rack up their 8th. Mushidi here, yeah, that is, you know that's going to be a foul as soon as you leave your feet.
Yep.
Segala's too crafty around the rim. He knows exactly how to take that contact. He'll get a couple of free throws here. But Toulouse not securing things from the stripe here. That's the 3rd miss in a row.
I think it costs a lot of energy to make all these seals and compete against these athletic guys from Aachen.
Minchev to Mushidi. Swings it. Yebo through the shot clock. Has to shoot it. Yebo, nope, out of time. No shot clock awareness on Aachen. They'll turn it over to the French. Yebo here drives in with bare time. Should have taken a shot. We have a volunteer who comes to clean the sweat off the court. I need somebody to do the same for me. See, finally. See, there you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a Leon Fatigue giggle.
I will give this one to you.
We got a giggle. Heavy, heavyweight matchup, this one. Unexpectedly so, maybe. Rambo against Bedime with the hook. Nuh-uh. Minchev again with the board. Bedime. Yebo's open. Bedime drives instead. Can't beat Joko. That is not the guy to attack. Joko this time. Baseline hangs.
Oh.
And another foul on Aachen. A bad contest again. They have not been disciplined there. Joko beats Bedime baseline. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I don't know why Aachen's continuing to going on Joko.
I don't know either, but I don't know if they've done their homework. That is one of the better perimeter defenders in all of 3x3. And he's the one to secure a free throw. And I say this with all respect, but Paul Joko, normally not the best free throw shooter. 0 for 2 in the tournament until that one. 2 for 4 now. Mushidi, Yebo, put it up. You know, Yebo's had a quiet game. He's the leading scorer for this unit. Minchev with another offensive board and a putback. It feels like I'm on repeat. Jordan Minchev with another play that changes the momentum. Suhard with a very hard layup. Looked like he could have dunked that one. Minchev from range. Ah, there we go. Aachen get their first 2.
He's there whenever they need it.
Joko! Oh, no! Oh, no! Come on!
I told you before the game that Paul Joko, he will be the one who's going to yam one on Aachen.
Joko with the Poco, bringing his pogo stick. Oh, my word. That is a facial if I've ever seen one. Second one of this game, Leon. This one's been more serious than Oppenheimer. What a contest. It's a low-scoring affair, but this has been good. I had to stop myself from cursing on the stream. That is how good it is. I rarely get that. Anyway, I don't have to apologize because I didn't curse. Man, we got a couple of good ones. Minchev has been meaner than your ex's pet. You don't have an ex with like a mean dog? No? All right. Never mind. We go back to it. The French looking to solve this athletic defense. They will not get a 2-piece. That has been absent from the game for them. Mushidi in the corner. He will try one, and he will drain one. Aachen now have the long-range shot in their bag somehow. This is when a team like Aachen, who are playing in their 6th game, should be getting tired. Shouldn't have the legs to do it.
If Mushidi's getting started now, that could be a big problem for Toulouse.
No. We have been waiting for Mushidi to get it going. Suhard goes into the paint. A wild hook shot. That was crafty. That was very crafty. A miss from Mushidi. Toulouse take over. Looking at a 1-point deficit. The foul situation heavily in their favor. Segela doesn't even want to take the shot against Minchev. It gets up to Suhard with a high arcing 2. And it's out of bounds. I'm not sure who touched it last.
The referees say green ball.
So Aachen with possession here as Suhard hits it out. I need to catch my breath. This has been the lowest scoring game that I've ever been hyped over. I mean, I would ask you, what have you seen? But we've seen some spectacular plays is what we have seen. This is a contest of wills now. It's Toulouse, who've been sticking with their system and who've gotten a little bit of scoring out of that. Is Toulouse the one to pull this out? I've not seen them go at the rack hard outside of Paul Joko. Have not gotten many free throws over the last few possessions. Aachen, meanwhile, got a 2-point stroke down. A couple of them, actually. Mushidi's on the bench for Aachen. Suhard is there for Toulouse, who get a quick steal. Segela over Bedime. What a crafty shot. Look at the adjustments that Toulouse have to make to beat this defense.
Yeah.
An offensive foul now on Aachen. Yebo tried to pick up position.
And that's their 2nd turnover in a row.
So a couple of bad positions. And again, this is the moment where I think your mind gets a little bit tired for Aachen. They played so much 3x3 basketball over the last few days. Paul Joko. Ooh, quick hands by Minchev. We almost saw another one. Joko had bad intentions.
I mean, we all know he can play that game too.
Oh, yes. I don't think he minds it at all. I think he likes it. Rambo has position. He will get his stuff set. Take that home. Minchev with a big bucket. Another rebound, Aachen, who are looking to up the pressure here on Toulouse, the number 2 seed. It's Mushidi, furious like Don Toretto, streaking in, and it's Aachen with a 3-point lead going into the last minute and a half. Oh, Suhard left him like no Google Maps, but he can't make the shot. Difference in the game is the fact that Toulouse have not managed to shoot many twos, or at least not knock them down. Suhard here with a lob pass. Get that out. Get that out. And then Minchev turns around and does that. Woo!
Quite impressive game so far.
Aachen are blowing up like a puffer fish. Minchev wants another one. Can't get it. Lob into Segela over Yebo. Can't do it. Can't do it. Toulouse looked like they're outmatched in this one. Minchev down to Bedime. Easy score. Aachen, they're up 4. Can the Germans get to the final? Out of the qualifying draw? As a 15th seed, my voice is breaking up. Leon, help me out.
They're having a big shot right there. And the crowd is going crazy.
We're going crazy. My voice is getting high-pitched. Suhard, they need this one. Can't get it. Bodies on the floor. No call. Mushidi against Joko. They go back down to Yebo, who gets another offensive foul called on him.
And the technical right behind it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mushidi calming his buddy down. Telling him not to do it. Yebo's getting the crowd involved. All right.
I think Aachen still has the momentum. Look at this. This has Pratik smiling, ladies and gentlemen. He's not laughing at my jokes, but he's smiling now. Good play by Segela, the veteran. Look, that was an offensive foul, I think. But you know when Segela's involved, like he'll make that very visible.
Yep.
3-point game, 40 seconds left. Who meets Amsterdam in the finals? Joko. That is a
Wow.
That is not a smart foul. That is not a smart foul by Minchev, who's played an incredible game. He's leading all scorers with 7, but he puts Joko on the stripe for 2. Aachen's 14th foul. I have never seen this. Joko could bring the game back to a 1-point match. Joko very secure on his free throws. He is living up to the moment.
Yep.
5 for Joko. Actually 6. Leading Toulouse. He's woken up here on the second day in Hamburg. Continuing his offensive trend. He's got the ball. Toulouse could go ahead here. Joko with a big take. Can't get it. Offensive rebound. Suhard is wide open. Ice cold.
Oh my God.
Hugo Suhard with a big 2-piece. Toulouse is up, and now a foul on
Blue.
On the French.
Yep.
Only number 6, though. A warning for behavior. Joko first comes through, almost hits it. It's poked away, and then the boss with the sauce. Toulouse come up big. 19 seconds left.
They're going again against Joko, which has not worked out for them.
Minchev keeps it. It's Yebo with a 2-piece. Rebound Joko.
And that is game.
That is a foul. That is game. You are absolutely right. Mushidi fouls quickly, but it'll put Toulouse on the stripe for 2. They get possession back. This was the shot that could have put Aachen up. It rolls off the rim. And Toulouse know it. Hugs between Rambo and Segela. They weathered the storm somehow. And it's been Joko's game. I got to give him a lot of credit. Paul Joko has come to play today. He's got 7. Toulouse is at 19, can make it 20 here. With 2.9 seconds on the clock, they weathered this Aachen storm. Man, what a game.
What a game.
What a game. Mushidi tries to poke it away. That is another foul. It'll get Toulouse another trip to the stripe. Won't matter much. Aachen can't get the possession back here. 16 fouls on the Germans. You know where they lost this one. You know very well where they lost this one because they had this game under control.
I think it never happened in the history of 3x3 before. That a team which made 16 team fouls won a game.
No, they can't do it here. It's 21-17 in favor of the French. A lot of discussions between the players and the referees are left, but Aachen will leave the court after a bad defeat due to fouling. They were up by 3 going into the last 41 seconds. They gave up a technical, then fouled, and gave Toulouse a chance to get back in the game. Toulouse, the veterans that they are, with all their 3x3 savvy, they managed to pull this one out by the skin of their teeth. That was super close. We'll get you updated on the standings after these highlights. Toulouse meet up with Amsterdam in the finals, however. That should be a spicy matchup, too. Leon will stay on for that.
For sure.
Toulouse showed a lot of mental fortitude in that one, coming back from a 3-point deficit in the last minute when it looked like they were down and out. Aachen, too many fouls. The good news for German fans, however, is that if I've done my calculations right, I think Aachen ends up in 3rd place. So I think we will see this team at the World Tour in Ulaanbaatar. Again, we'll get you updated and set on all of that in just a couple of minutes, or actually more than a couple of minutes, as we give these teams a little bit of rest. The finals is on deck in 30 minutes. Toulouse and Amsterdam will hash it out for a $20,000 bag. It is the mountain. I'll be there. Leon Fatigue will be there as well. I expect you to be there with us.
Visualisiert das noch in pädagogischer Manier. So, da ist einer dabei, kommt genau. Wer bist du? Sag mir deinen Namen. Nils. Hi Nils. Stell dich damit hin. Da kommst du auch noch mit dazu. Hi, da ist noch jemand. Tipptopp, wer bist du? Nico, schön, dass du dabei bist. Wir haben jetzt 2, 4, 6. Machen wir die 10 voll machen? Ja, ich würde sagen, machen wir 10 voll. Machen wir 10 voll hier. Ist ja gar kein Problem. Willst du mitspielen? Komm runter. Auf geht's. Da musst du jetzt aber schnell beeilen. Hier runter, einmal raus, rüber, rum, nach vorne hin. So, dann, ich gehe hier nochmal rüber. Die Dame mit dem Basecap. Und dann machen wir nochmal. Ja, komm, auf geht's. Komm runter, aber beeil dich. Ja, Mann. Lauf, Forrest. Das ist der Plan, okay? Let's go. Ich würde sagen, wir starten einfach. Komm auf, wo ist das Publikum hier in Hamburg noch? Ja, jetzt kannst du schneller werfen, auf geht's, schießt hinterher. Wenn du triffst, hol dir den Rebound. Da bist du raus, da bist du leider raus. Ei. Und du stellst dich hinten anstellen. So, auch leider raus. Schnell den Ball holen. Ihr müsst den Ball selber holen. Komm, Möppi rein. Der gibt den Ball schnell weiter in der Reihe. Und du stellst dich mit dem Basecap hinten an. Hol dir schnell den Rebound. Alles noch drin, sehr gut. Spiel den Ball weiter. Und weiter, komm. Jawohl, du bist noch drin. Schnell den Ball weitergeben. Tipptopp. Da ist auch den Ball geben. Hol den Rebound. Oh, komm, schnell treffen. Ja, du bist drin. Schnell den Ball weiterpassen. Okay. Da ist auch noch drin. Schnell den Ball weitergeben. Und auch du. Alles sauber, alles cool. Los geht's. Werfen, treffen, easy. So kann es weitergehen. Du musst jetzt von da schnell den Ball. Weiter geht's. Jetzt gerade halten sich die Spieler. Der ist gut, du bist sauber. Pass auf, sehr gut. Und jetzt hol den Ball schnell, komm. Bist du leider raus. Schade. Nicht weglaufen. Geh einfach nochmal hinten ans Spielfeld. Denn jeder kriegt von uns eine Kleinigkeit. Keiner geht aus. Komm. Nein, leider nicht. Aber du stellst dich schnell hinten an. Du bist noch drin. Jawohl, passt. Weiter geht's. Auch alles gut, sehr gut. Weiter geht's. Und jetzt schnell den Ball passen. Das hat aber gereicht. Da bist du noch wieder drin. Genau, Ball weiter passen. Ihr habt das System verstanden. Das sieht gut aus. Und jetzt schnell weiter die nächsten beiden spielen. Von da los geht's, schießen. Attacke. Jawohl, nice one. Sehr gut. Und jetzt wird wieder los. Das war leider zu spät, du bist schon draußen. Stark, nicht weglaufen. Komm mal, du kriegst da raus. Und wieder los. Nein. Sehr gut, geil. Tipptopp. Geht auch nicht Spaß hier. Auf geht's. Den nächsten Ball. Jetzt schnell den Rebound holen. Da, gerettet. Let's go. Oh, leider war das zu spät. Stark, richtig nice. Komm, hol dir den Rebound. Jetzt komm. Jawohl. Ja, wir sind da. Und der sitzt. Halleluja, jetzt geht er ab. Rebound holen. Gerettet. Und da ist er drin, alles gut. Direkt, was geht denn jetzt hier? Stark. Hol ihn schnell, komm auf geht's. Come on. Ja, weiter geht's, hinten schnell, better passen. Los geht's. Bambau vom Feinsten hier beim 3x3 Challenger Hamburg 2026. Das war alles sauber. Und weiter geht's. Check. Check. Komm, Challenger. Beide Teams sind auf jeden Fall sicher qualifiziert für die World Tour in der Mongolei. Und die Frage ist, wer nimmt mehr den größeren Scheck mit nach Hause? Entweder $20.000 für Platz Nummer 1 oder $15.000 für Platz Nummer 2. Darum geht es hier gleich bei dem Finalgame hier am heutigen Tag. Ich kann an dieser Stelle schon mal, ich glaube, wir nutzen den Moment mal. Vielen Dank auch an alle, die das hier quasi so rocken. Das funktioniert. Vielen Dank an die Jonita, die am Start waren die ganze Zeit. Finale Raum Siegerski. Ranking rein. Schaut mal kurz mal selber, ich gebe euch mal einen Moment. Einfach mal, ich sag mal so schön, googeln. FIBA.3x3.com oder so ähnlich. Da findet ihr die Stats. Und wenn ihr da ins Ranking reingeht, da geht das dritte Ticket oder auf Platz 3 aufgrund der meisten Punkte im Vergleich zum Viertplatzierten. Und ihr seid ja noch da und ihr habt es gerade mitbekommen, wir brauchen ja so ein bisschen gerade ein bisschen wieder gute Stimmung. Auf dem dritten Platz des 3x3 Challengers hier in Hamburg 2026 aufgrund der gescorten Punkte ist das Team Aachen. Was sagt ihr noch? Steht mal auf, kommt schon, kommt schon.
All righty. This is the action of today so far. And you can see Amsterdam, RABOBANK, and Toulouse make it to a final, a clash we've seen at the highest level of 3x3 in the past, as these teams suited up for their national teams and held it out in the Olympic final, or at least some of their players did. And in that same year, 2024, Amsterdam, RABOBANK, and Toulouse, who was then called Paris, hashed it out in the World Tour Finals. Both of those a Dutch win. They get to rehash that rivalry right here on Heiliger Geistfeld in Hamburg. There is Aachen. They were now in the semifinals, but the good news for them is they qualified to the Ulaanbaatar Masters, so we'll get to enjoy these guys again. Let's see if they can work on not fouling. Worthy's been doing work. He comes out first for the Dutch. They beat Fuengirola 21-14. Worthy with a six-piece in that one. It was AVT who ruled the day. He had 8. A giant game from him. Didn't miss a shot from inside the arc. And he's joined by Jan Driessen, and of course, buttery smooth B.A. Brian Alberts with a 5-piece. He's the second leading scorer on the squad. Amsterdam's on deck, focused and ready. That's your number 1 seed meeting up with your number 2 seed. The Dam meeting up with Toulouse. These two teams met twice last year, 2020. Actually, once last year and once this year. Both of those have been Toulouse wins. Last time they met was at the Hamburg Challenger to open the season. A 1-point win for the French. Toulouse came through the gauntlet against Aachen. They had to do everything to get that win. They were down 3 points with 40 seconds to go. And they still managed to pull it out down the stretch. A brilliant game from Paul Joko, who had 8 points, knocked down 6 important free throws. That was the key there. 15 free throws in the game for Toulouse, who got 16 fouls on Aachen. That wasn't pretty. Anyway, these is your finals. The referees in it: Brigitte Chabay-Koshkatu and Henning Fröhlich, representing Hungary and Germany. Who's also representing Germany is my broadcast partner, Leon Fertig. He's been with me all day. Has not wanted to leave the broadcast booth. I went for a quick snack. I went for a toilet break, got some water. He stayed up here, and he wanted to check out all of the action. Leon, how are you feeling about this Hamburg tournament, man?
I mean, I really enjoy it. It's the first time since my injury I can see or experience some 3x3 basketball. And everybody who knows me knows that 3x3 is what I love. So I really enjoy all familiar faces out here.
You've been smiling non-stop. Any thoughts on your first real broadcasting minutes here? How have you enjoyed it so far? Have you enjoyed it? It's a better question.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a great experience, obviously a new experience, but I'm super excited to discover this side of 3x3.
Well, I've liked it. I have no better words for you than that I've liked it. You've made my job a lot easier, and I've liked all the insights that you've given. Let's see if we can continue that in a heavily contested finals between the first and the second seed, two unbeaten teams. Toulouse will start with the rock. Here we go, $20,000 on the line for these two squads. Segela threads the needle to Rambo right away. We knew that was going to be coming. Pick and rolls are the bread and butter of both these teams' offense. I think Toulouse might be the more prolific team at it. Worthy sneaks in for the steal. He's open in the corner. He'll unleash a two-piece, but it's off the rim. Toulouse get it back. Handoff action from Rambo. Segela, no. Second attempt, yes. Both teams, just like Aachen, qualified to the World Tour in Mongolia in Ulaanbaatar. Jan Dries, oh no! Oh no! Jan Dries out here dropping Thor's hammer on his neck. And a foul to boot. He'll go to the free throw line. How many dunks like that have we seen today? I wanted to sit down for this game, Leon. I wanted to sit down, and I'm standing up again. Man, the action's been incredible today. Oh, my.
Quite spectacular. I think the crowd in Hamburg's really enjoying what they're seeing.
Not just the crowd. Me too. I hope the people at home are enjoying it. Appreciate y'all watching. BA gets the steal. They swing it. Can Driesen do it again? This time he kicks it. AVT, no. It's out of bounds. It'll be Toulouse possession. Man. I think the top five from this tournament is going to be an interesting one. I think they're going to have some trouble finding less than 10 things that can be in the top five.
Yep.
Suhard and Rambo. The Dutch play a drop. Suhard tries to beat it with a high arc and layup. And Van Tilburg had an established position inside the arc. Or inside the field, I apologize. Catching that ball means a turnover. Suhard stretching out like Luffy on that one. See, fatigue has seen some one piece. I gotta giggle. Rambo, yes, hangs and hits. BA from range again.
And he's just so smooth this tournament.
His shot has been on point in Hamburg. Segela's been on point scoring in general. But BA has been spectacular in the tournament so far. He's a top 5 scorer at 6.3 points per. He's hit 47% of his twos, 9 and 19. Those are some numbers you can come home with.
Yep.
Another trip to the free throw stripe for height Worthy. Was the leading scorer for the Dutch at 6.5 a game. But I got to be honest, it's been a balanced effort. Jan Driesen hasn't done much on offense, but he came through with a thunderous dunk earlier. But with BA at 6.3, Worthy at 6.5, and Van Tilburg at 5.5, it's been a three-headed monster this time for the Dutch. I think that's why it's been working for them. The return of BA has given them a lot of balance.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know, Albert's shelved with injury for the first half of the year, or first couple of tournaments of the year. Came back last weekend in Zadar when Amsterdam got to the finals and ended up in second. They're looking to change that here. If they can beat Toulouse, they'll be in first. Now it's Joko on the free throw stripe. We mentioned his 6 for 6 performance in the semifinals. He continues to hit him. Worthy spinning free, going at Hugo Suhard. Worthy fading away. He is so crafty. He pops, stops, and drops Amsterdam up 2. Suhard asking for a screen. He will pull up from range. Suhard drops the bomb. Hugo Suhard has just been everywhere today, facilitating and scoring. Now he's hitting the neck area. I think with these two teams meeting up so many times, especially in 2024,
Yeah.
I think they've only seen each other once in 25, but I don't think there's any love lost between these fellas. It's not that you see Amsterdam and Toulouse like hang out at tournaments. Let's just say that.
Never.
Say no. An offensive foul to get the rebound. Extended his off arm, caught Worthy in the grill. Venue still packed out here in Hamburg. People have come up and showed out here all day long, and another foul call. Both teams trying to establish a baseline of physicality. Here it's AVT and Segela tangled up. I think the foul's hit on the French. It's their 4th. Now, Leon, you should get your expertise here, right? As a team, you try to, Driessen, 2-hand tap out. The chemistry is real, and PA can't finish it. It's Driessen who ends up finishing it under the basket. What I wanted to get to is, as a team, and you don't have to give away your team tactics here, but you try to establish some physicality early in the game to get in the referee's head and like try to feel it, like make it another team feel you?
We don't really focus on getting on some heads from referees. We're just playing our game, and I think because we are looking a lot for our drives or during pick and rolls in general, it's just tough to defend that without fouling in general.
Toulouse keep hacking. It is the 5th on the French. That is not a good sight if you're watching from Le Bleu country. BA, another one. He shall not be stopped. Medieval bringing the long-range weaponry. Suhard down to Segela, so surgical. Driessen this time uses the layup, extension arms. He wants a foul, doesn't get it. Amsterdam's up by 3, however. Suhard, game's picked up a lot of pace here. Alberts tries another one, fading away. He's just off the mark.
And that's what we have seen so many times in this tournament. Teams just going back and forth and back and forth.
The games today have been some of the best I've seen all year. I got to be frank with you. It might be because I'm courtside, because I got this pretty view, but the games have been superb. We've gotten a lot of everything, right? So the good and the bad. I think that's a nice mix. A lot of fouling on certain teams. We'll not get into the specifics, but certain teams try to hack a lot. Here we see 8 fouls in the first couple of minutes as we've hit our first TV timeout. It's actually Jan Driessen leading the way for the Dutch with 4 points. BA joins him with 4. So Jan with his best scoring output of the tournament so far in his 5th game. Crowd still into it. Despite these teams not being German, they've stuck around. They like the action they're seeing. I'm liking it as well. Segela turns the corner, hangs, hits. He is so good at finishing on the move towards the rim. Suhard almost down. Now it's Worthy looking at Segela. Worthy with the hesitation, steps back, gets Suhard up in the air. Worthy's 2 ball has been missing today. Has not hit many, if any. Up top to Rambo with a smooth touch on the finish. It's like a volleyball pass. Driessen, why not? Why not?
He wants to know it in this game.
Jan Driessen coming up big again. Segela, Rambo. They play hot potato with it. It ends up a miss. That shot by 3 could go up by more. Worthy looking to spin free. No. He'll get it to BA. Down to Worthy with a kick back to Driessen. Oh, Amsterdam are feeling it like a shrink's visit. Worthy throws it back like a 90s song and gets Driessen involved. Beautiful feed. Joko putting his head down. He wants to get to the rack. Held up with a foul. 4th on the Dutch. Joko back to the free throw line where he's been so effective in the later half of today. And again, Paul Joko waking up in his scoring department in today's action. He came in averaging a point and a half. He's been the most important offensive player on the French squad in the last couple of games. Van Tilburg. Back to Alberts, down to Van Tilburg on the streak to the rack. Segela. He can't get it. Amsterdam are making this a race to 21. They're 6 away. Alberts asking for the screen behind the buttocks into AVT. Alberts brought it around town. Behind the back dime. It is hit off the backboard, so that will be a goal 10. And the Dutch are up big, 16-10.
And their game is just so fluently right now.
Everything is clicking for the Netherlands. They are like a computer mouse. Still no laughs out of Leon Fatigue, but I promise you I'm going to keep on trying.
This one was good.
Okay, thank you. People still in the crowd. You see Jordan Minchev probably still a little bit upset with that loss. But Aachen shouldn't be hanging their heads. They'll go to Mongolia. They're going to Ulaanbaatar. For your first World Tour, that's not a bad location. Suhard, after a couple of screens, he'll get a clean look. It is off the mark. Suhard struggling with his shot here in the last couple of games. Went 1 for 6 against Aachen. He was actually the only one to knock a two-piece down. But he's not been secure with his stroke. And Toulouse is down big. Might be one of the reasons why. Double high post look now for the Dutch. Wordy says, I'll take it myself. Lele. Amsterdam cruising now. They're up 7, 4 minutes to go. Segela is open. Worthy. That is quite a foul. Worthy puts Segela on the line in hefty fashion. You can see here, making sure to not give him any opportunity to get an N one up. 5th foul on Amsterdam. Segela makes it a 6-point contest. From Tilburg. And another foul called. I believe that is on Toulouse again. They are now at the bonus. We have gotten to the second TV timeout. Do you see any chance of Toulouse coming back in this one, Leon?
Maybe if Suhard can finally connect something from the 2-point line. But for now, Amsterdam taking a clear lead.
I've been waiting for the Toulouse pick and roll to really work, and it's been a little bit absent. They've gotten a couple down, but Amsterdam have managed to keep them away from their favorite action on the court, or at least the most favored one when it comes to scoring.
I think Amsterdam is doing a great job pushing Toulouse high up so they cannot play pick and roll close to the 2-point line.
Toulouse do get a stop here. And he'll get it down to Rambo, streaks in, he'll get a layup. From Tilburg is left all by his lonesome. He'll stroke the two-piece and then a foul called. And I'm not sure.
Is that a technical?
I think so, yes.
Yes.
Oh no. The wheels are coming off for Toulouse here. 7th foul, a technical issued. BA will shoot it. Jan Driessen, if you can believe it, he's leading the way for all scorers with 7 points. Quite the performance from Big Drizzy. Be smooth now. A miss from the free throw stripe. And what we've seen from Amsterdam in a couple of games in this tournament is when they're up big going into the last stretch of the game, they struggle to close out because they get their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can keep it on here. They have the momentum for now. Segela muscles one up. Back to a 4-point game. Worthy going at Joko. Joko with the quick hands. Worthy stuck in the corner. He will let it fly. Worthy somehow, some way. Nothing you can do about that. You can see Paul Joko smiling. Oh, the feed, how? How did Segela get that ball there? Man, strike after strike for these two teams. Now it's BA dancing with Segela. Brian Albers wants to end it, can't do it. 19-14, Toulouse needs scores and stops. They'll get it to Rambo, he's wrapped up. Worthy shot that one from the closet to Narnia. I have no idea where he pulled that from. Segela on the move again. He'll attempt the shot himself. That two-piece halfway down but out. The Dutch needed 2 to win it. They'll get an offensive foul. Well, Tilburg and Segela collide. It'll be the 7th on the Dutch. No free throws will follow, however. Segela and Rambo have done most of the damage for the French. They got 10 total between them. As Joko now has the rock, 2:43 left. The Dutch, though, are 2 away from 21 and $20,000. Suhard streaks in. Suhard hangs. He'll get a second attempt down. Alberts wants a screen. He's on the move. No one home. That is a mid-range shot. That is as good as a layup for him. That pull-up most often goes in. It does here. 20-15. Toulouse looking at another 1-point score. So the Dutch are forcing them into layups instead of letting them attempt twos. Game time for Van Tilburg. He gets to the BA. BA pops again. Same spot, same result. That man is ice cold. Buttery smooth. And BA will get the Dutch their win. Amsterdam take this Hamburg Challenger over the previous champions, by the way. As Paris won it in 2024, Paris is now Toulouse. They lose this one. 21-16. See? Third laugh on Leon. I got this. The Dutch, too much in this final. Jan Driessen actually leading the way with 7. We talked about that. Worthy and Brian with 6 a pop. And Amsterdam get this one. The win in Hamburg, the trip to Ulaanbaatar for the World Tour, and the $20,000. This is how it happened. You can watch these highlights. Some pick and roll action for the French. Look at the defense on the Dutch, however. Jan Driessen came through with a filthy smash. Nastier than gym socks. He got it going. Toulouse did something back. They hung in this game until about the 4-minute mark or 5-minute mark is when they lost control. The pick and rolls were working. A pass out to BA, who was spectacular again. He was hitting shots left and right. Driessen with a couple of offensive boards. But it was the movement for Amsterdam, the shots they were creating. Toulouse struggled to keep up. They were forced into ones. The 2-ball never came around, and if Big Drizzy's hitting 2s, we got to start calling him Steph Curly. He passed that with flying colors. Right there, on the money, behind the neck piece. And Amsterdam pulled away late after that ridiculous shot from Worthy in the corner. That was just wild. I don't know how you hit that. And MBA came in with the mid-range wizardry. Thou shall not guard. They got another one. They let him shoot that, and that is as good as a layup. BA gets the job done, and the Dutch reign supreme. Now, it is time to hand out some hardware. We'll get a big check going. We got the board set up, and we'll see some happy Dutch faces. There's a happy Dutch face in the crowd. Noah Hesselink, shout out. Team Oldenburg sitting here enjoying the action. But he's not the one to climb to the top of the hill here. That is Amsterdam, the #1 seed, go undefeated all the way to the top. Prize ceremony underway. I think we'll get an MVP going as well. Challengers have MVPs, right?
I have no clue.
Come on, you played a ton of these challengers. You should know. Anyway, celebrations for the Dutch. And actually, quite an interesting storyline this going into the World Cup, as they seem to be rounding into form with BA on the squad now. This is the same four that will represent the Orange Lions next week in Warsaw, Poland. And they come through here with a couple of finals runs over the last week. Zadar, they come in second. Here in Hamburg, they come in first. So we'll get the big check ready. Amsterdam is set up, waiting to come out. It is hype-worthy, who will get praised as the worthy one in this tournament. He will get the MVP award. He ends up with 32 points scored in 5 games. He's your MVP out here for the 4th edition of the FIBA 3x3 Hamburg Challenger. All smiles for hype-worthy. He did it all at a 6-piece in the finals.
Which includes that crazy two-point shot.
That crazy two-point shot will be, now again, the highlight reel for this tournament will be incredible.
Yeah.
That might be on it, but I can remember a couple other weird shots that we saw. But height was everywhere. I think he led the Dutch in points and player value and drives as well. And not a bad rebounding performance from Worthy as well. Over 3 a game. Didn't turn the ball over much, shot it well. Although the 2-point shot kind of eluded him on this last day. But almost a 70% clip from inside the arc is what you could expect with a bag that deep. So a round of applause for Worthy. He will be joined with his team shortly. It's the Dam. They get it done. Their first win of the 2026 Pro Circuit. It is Worthy, Brian Alberts, Jan Driessen, and Adriaan van Tilburg who get the job done. The #1 seed rises to the top in Hamburg, undefeated, with a great run. They started in pool play, taking down Los Angeles and Utrecht. Quarterfinals in a great game against Toronto. They managed to pull ahead late, disposed of Fuengirola in the semifinals, and then went even more efficient to take care of Toulouse. Give them a round of applause. There are some important people down there. I wish I knew their names. Leon, you don't know them either, huh? Some important people handing out that hardware, that big check. So big round out. Big round of applause for the Dam who get it done here. Couple of pictures before we'll close up shop here. I'm sure they're going to be exploring St. Pauli tonight.
I think so.
They should. It's a nice neighborhood. Amsterdam get it done. And that will do it for this edition of the Hamburg Challenger. It has been a blast. This is today's action. The winners are the Dutch. They go through Toronto and Fuengirola. Credits to Aachen as well. They and Toulouse pick up a spot in the Ulaanbaatar World Tour to be played later this year. A trip to Mongolia for these three teams. Fuengirola come up just short. A shout out to all the other teams as well. Of course, we started with 16 yesterday with a 2-pool qualifying draw into 12 teams in the main draw. They competed yesterday in pool play, turned things around, and Heiligengeistfeld.
You got it.
Jeez, that's a difficult name for me as a Dutch guy. Heiligengeistfeld, the part of the show here today. All right, it's time to close shop. I want to thank the production crew downstairs. They were amazing. Thank you to all the volunteers to help organize this Hamburg Challenger. Of course, thank you to Hamburg Active City, the Deutscher Basketballbund. Thank you to Luis for getting me on board. And of course, a big thank you to my partner today, Leon Fatigue. Man, it was a blast having you on. I would love to do this more often. We're going to have to find challenges to do it at some point. More challenges, please. Get us on. Me and Leon will fly out. Anyway, thank you to everybody involved. It was a blast from Hamburg. This is the Mountain saying good night from St. Pauli.